Well, let's talk to Conservative MP Gareth Davies. Good to see you this morning. And look, I mean, what do you make of what the Prime Minister has set out at this summit? Because, I mean, certainly in terms of defence spending, well, we haven't got a timetable, but, 2.5% is going to happen, we're told. In terms of Ukraine, well, he's backing Zelensky to the hilt, much as the Conservative Party always have. I mean, are they things that you welcome?
Of course we do, and we in government were steadfast in our support for Ukraine under Boris Johnson and Liz Truss under Rishi Sunak. We made that very clear that we have to stand by our allies. We are a significant contributor to NATO. This is its 75th year, and it's important that we continue to be that and to be supportive of our allies across the world, in particular the United States. But we do need to be clear as well, and our allies expect us to be clear in terms of how much we are going to be spending on defence. We obviously had an election campaign in which we as a Conservative Party set out clear plans to deliver on 2.5% of GDP defence spending by 2030. And now in opposition, we call on the Prime Minister to urgently set out a timeline for getting to 2.5% so that it's not just clear for our own armed forces, but for the allies that we have across the world.
Can I ask you about the state of the Conservative Party now, almost a week on from the general election? A post-defeat inquest is taking place at the moment, isn't it? Where does the party go from here? There's a story in the Telegraph this morning that 47% of Conservative Party members said they would back a Conservative and Reform merger. Would you like to welcome in Nigel Farage and Reform UK into the Tory party?
Well, look, the first thing to say is that it was an incredibly difficult election for my party. We lost the support and trust of millions of people across the country, in different parts of the country, to different parties, not just one party. And so we now need to reflect on that with humility and to decide how we best go forward to rebuild that trust, win back those millions of voters that left us, and have a leader in place who can unite our party. And that's for the 1922 committee to set out the details of in due course. But just on Reform specifically, clearly we did lose supporters to that party, but that is a party that has enabled this Labour government to have a very big majority, to enable them to increase taxes and to increase immigration, which is, I don't think, what most of those people wanted. So I'm confident we can win back their trust, those people that left us, but we need to unite to be able to do that.
Well, how do you unite to do that? Because is it a case of shifting more to the centre ground to win people back who may have gone to the Lib Dems or Labour, or do you need to move further to the right to pull back those Reform voters? I mean, how would you like to see it done?
Well, the first thing to say is that we are a broad church. We always have been a broad church, but we should draw strength from every part. And that's what I will be looking for in a leadership candidate, somebody who can unite the party, drawn strength from every part of the party, but not just to focus on policies. Our values are the values of the British public. I want a party that puts forward a way in which we can push people up who want to succeed, not pull them down when they do succeed. That's what conservatism is all about, that aspiration that we've all got into politics to pursue, and to form an effective and professional opposition that can hold this Labour government to account, which we believe are going to put up taxes and increase immigration, as I say. It's vital that we do that, but we need to take our time, get this right, make sure that we've got in place the right team to form that opposition.
Who do you think can unite the party? Who would you like to see as leader of the Tory party now?
Well, look, nobody has announced their candidacy yet, and we haven't even got the rules or the time frame for the leadership campaign. I will obviously make a decision in due course when it's clearer, and we've heard from everybody that's put themselves forward. Hopefully not going to expect me to sort of announce any endorsement this morning, because nobody's announced that they're running yet, and so we'll just have to wait and see. But it is important that we take our time to get this right. As I say, we've got to rebuild the trust. We've got to win back the millions of people that left us.
OK, Gareth Davies, good to see you this morning. Thanks very much indeed.